Hello YouTubers, this is Eric from Eric's Gear, and today I'm going to be working on my CNC machine. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty large. So it's a 4x8 capacity CNC machine. There's a milling head on there right now, 400 watts, a little bit undersized. I'm hoping to increase that to 1500 watts, and then we'll see some stuff really fly. And so yeah, it is big enough that I can vacuum it with an upright, and the bed on it is strong enough that I can stand on it, as you just saw. And this is sitting on just a couple of tables. There is not really a whole lot of support underneath there. You can see a little bit of an X for the steel frame that's underneath there. And that should hold up quite a bit. So, I have some of my... Let's see, there it goes. There's some of my bits for today. There's my control box. And my computer. The monitor, keyboard, and mouse anyway. The actual computer, which is a Raspberry Pi, is inside that control box. Familiar with this control box, if you've seen it in other videos that is, you'll see a whole lot of stuff going on. So right here is a Raspberry Pi. So 1B at the moment. I have a 3B that I need to get going for this. But I just haven't loaded the software for it. This is an Arduino Uno that runs the actual CNC machine. Under it, in a case that I designed and you can buy on my Etsy store, but you can see right there it says Mega 2560. That is a Arduino Mega. That runs all of the end stops for this. So on each rail there is an end stop at either end. And in this case there are 4 end stops for the Y, 2 end stops for the X, and 2 end stops for the Z. You can see the Z axis right here. Let me push this out a little bit. So that has a travel of roughly 6.5 inches vertical. There are 2 motors for the Z, or for the Y. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yep, another NEMA 23 down there. And then NEMA 23 right here for the X. And just moving it by myself, you can see that there's no binding going on, even for something that spans 9-10 feet. So, to run all that, you have these 4 motor controllers. These are TB6600s. Max output is, 5 amps at peak, 4.5 amps at standard load. We have a whole bunch of fuses for the motors. If we come around here, we'll see the rest of the fuses. And some of those fuses go over to these 6 motor controllers, and they will control the adjustable height bed. Now I don't have that going yet, but that will allow the bed right here to be able to go up and down about 2.5 feet. If you look down the side there, you can see that it's separated from the gantry. So when I get that done, that will be a completely separate module that you can buy with this. And speaking of modules, this head right here, that is also a module. If we come down here, we can see a couple of plates stuck together. That's stuck attached to each other with just 2 bolts. So that's made to come off. I need to fix the electronics to make it more modular, but I have the connector for that, and that'll be just a single connector. Make it nice and easy. It's already able to be removed in less than 15 minutes and installed in less than 15 minutes. So hopefully that little connector will be able to bring that down to 5 minutes. And then you can do just whatever you want to. So far, I only have the one milling head made for a head. Eventually, I plan to have all kinds of other things for it, but that's not the case yet. Still a work in progress. So you might be wondering what powers this thing. Well, besides the electronics here, we have a standard ATX power supply that provides 5 volts for the Raspberry Pi, the 2 Arduinos, and the other Arduino Mega that will sit over here. That will control the Z-bed. And then we also have what's in here right now is a 24 volt power supply that controls all of the motor controllers. We have a 48 volt power supply, and that controls the milling head. And almost forgot, but this also provides 12 volts for 2 120 millimeter computer case fans. So eventually this box will be replaced by this server case. I haven't had time to do that yet, but that will hold everything that I want to keep in here. These terminal blocks will disappear because they are going to go into a back plane, a back panel that will have connectors so that you can just plug things in and go. Right now everything is all basically, well, that's not actually part of the wiring there. But that's all just wires coming in one spot or another and going to terminal blocks like these. It's sort of modular. It's ready to be made modular. I just haven't gotten there yet.